So hey folks, we're going to do something a little different today. I had the unique opportunity to set up a little interview booth at the 2022 Crappie Expo in Branson, Missouri a few weeks back, courtesy of Lee and Jennifer Sharp from Brushpile Jigs. The Crappie Expo is the unofficial kickoff of the winter fishing show season. The goal was to meet and interview great folks in the crappie industry, including folks involved with the expo as well as folks fishing the tournament. Big thanks to Lee and Jennifer for the opportunity. I hosted a live stream on my Panfish Guy Facebook page as well as on Brushpile Jigs and My 724 Outdoors that weekend. These interviews are excerpts from the live streams. The video and audio could be a little better, but I think since I recorded them from the stream, they're a little bit glitchy. All right, let's meet 2019 Crappie Masters National Champion Craig Nichols, the Crappie Cowboy.
Hey everybody, I told you we're going to have a treat. We want to welcome Craig Nichols, the Crappie Cowboy, to the booth.
How you doing,
Brushpile
guys?
Jigs booth. Thanks
Nice
for coming,
to meet
man.
you. You bet.
So how are we doing today?
We're doing good. You know, I'd be in a better mood if I was out on the lake fishing with the rest of the guys, but the fishing got tough, and we missed the cut by about a pound, and so we're here supporting our sponsors
About
today.
a pound, huh? That ain't bad. Could have been worse, right?
Absolutely.
There were some who couldn't.
There's some that didn't catch 7 fish.
The overall theme was them fish don't want to eat.
That's right. It was a very, very tough bite here.
Yeah.
You know, we caught a lot of fish both days of the tournament, but the big fish were being really stingy on the bite.
Right. Heard they were catching a bunch of perch too.
Yeah, there's a lot of big bluegill in this lake, and they were catching a lot of perch. They were catching walleye, a lot of spotted bass.
What they wanted.
Yeah, everything but what you wanted.
Yeah, multi-species stuff. That's good. So, where'd you wind up then? Where'd you wind up?
We finished 30. It's either 34th or 38th. I don't remember. If you don't make the cut, it don't matter.
Right. No paycheck, right? So, and then, have you fished the Wally Marshall tournament before?
This is my third time fishing the Wally Marshall Classic. The very first one he had, I finished 21st on Lake Hamilton. Come down here the second year, and the river system I was in, we had a lot of rain. The night before the tournament, the river came up 17 feet, and there was so much debris in the river, I couldn't get to my spots, and I'd ran 55 miles to get there. So that's kind of a, you know, you're swinging for the fences. If you run that far, you're committed to fish that.
Right. Ain't no turning back once you get that
No,
far,
and we fished the same area this time. We were running 110 miles round trip to get to and from our fishing areas. Lost 2 hours a day of fishing time, but we knew the fish were there to win it if we could just get them to fire.
Right. And I guess you had your cold weather gear busted out for all that, huh?
I did. I have some cold gear, but it's not good enough. My partner had some extra Norfin gear, and I can tell you, I will be purchasing Norfin extreme gear when I leave here.
There you go. Sounds good. So, where are you from originally then?
I am from Northeast Oklahoma. I live in Locust Grove, Oklahoma.
Northeast, so Grand Lake?
Yeah, I'm about an hour south of Grand Lake.
Okay. All right. And
my home lake is Hudson and Fort Gibson. I have a guide service. I guide on Hudson, Fort Gibson, Oologah, and Eufaula.
Okay. All right. Heard all of those are good. So you guide full time. That's what supports your tournament. Fishing habit.
I'm working on guiding full time. I still have a full time job when I'm not tournament fishing. I have a really good boss. He lets me off to guide. He lets me off to tournament fish. But I run a big vac truck and open up gas lines for the gas company.
Okay. Yeah, good stuff. So you guide. So if somebody were to want to contact you for a trip, how would they get in touch with you?
They can look me up. All my social media is The Crappie Cowboy. I've got a TikTok platform. I've got Facebook. I've got YouTube. You guys can send me a private message, or if you want to call, the phone number is 918-430-6884. and you guys can call me and set a trip up. The fall bite's really picking up around home, and the fishing's getting ready to get good. It's going to, it's going to be cold fishing. You're going to have to dress for it, but it's a really good bite right now.
That transition's about over.
Yeah, the transition's about over. Most of the lakes are finished turning over, and everything's settling back down, and the bite's picking up.
All right. Anything else you want to share with the viewers?
It's whatever you want to know about. We'll talk about all of it. I rode bulls for 32 years.
Oh yeah, let's hear a little about that.
That's how I got the nickname, the Crappie Cowboy.
That's where the moniker came
You
from.
know, I was 50 years old in 2019. I won the Crappie Masters National Championship, finished 11th in the world in the senior pro bull riding. The year before that, I was a reserve world champion. I have a bull riding production company. I do a big bull riding in Claremore, Oklahoma every New Year's Eve. It's a heated indoor arena. We have a really good time there. A lot of the PBR stock contractors and bull riders actually come to that event and participate.
Cool.
So it's a good show. It's a family-friendly show. We try to keep the pricing where everybody can afford to come.
You have music at the shows and entertainment, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's traditional with the bull riding shows,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And we do that early on New Year's Eve. That way families can come out and they can get back home before the New Year's Eve party crowd gets out and about. You know, we start at 7, we're done by 9 o'clock. And
Right. Now I gotta ask, you wear a hat on the lake?
I do not.
You do not.
I do not.
Okay. So
I wear my.
somebody's out driving around looking for you, they ain't gonna find you.
They're probably not going to find me, unless they're looking for my boat.
Right.
My boat will have the ACC wrap on it.
Yeah.
Try to wear the cowboy hat at the shows because that's kind of what everybody, they're looking for the crappie cowboy.
Right.
And my logo is me riding a crappie, so that's kind of unique.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So ACC, how long you been with them?
I've been with ACC Crappie Sticks for 4 years. We have a new product that just released at this show. We've got 2 different one-piece casting rods. We've got a 6-foot and a 6.6. I used the 6.6 all week casting to these fish.
Right.
The rod has phenomenal sensitivity.
Right.
It's a great rod. I mean, these fish were biting so lethargic after that front, you wouldn't hardly feel the bite. You would maybe feel a tick, or you would feel weight.
Yeah.
And
sensitivity
the
of that
sensitivity
rod
on that rod made a difference in getting the fish caught that we did catch.
Yeah. Now the ACC stuff, I forgot that he's having a new release. I've got some 7.6s and I really like those.
Yep, the 7.6 was my go-to casting rod, and I had a 7.6 in the boat. Didn't feel like I had quite as good a feel with that rod as I did the 6.6. Because anytime you put a 2-piece rod together, you're losing a little bit of your sensitivity, and that one piece is just a great transition to the rods that he has now.
Right. And then that bite. So you weren't vertical fishing.
No, we were
You
casting
kinda
45
cast
feet
that
to
clear
these
water,
fish.
that clear
Yep.
water. Yeah.
And we were fishing shallower than a lot of these guys, and I think that may have kind of bit us a
Right.
little bit with the cold front that came through. A lot of these guys are fishing in 30 to 50 foot of water, fishing 20 to 30 foot deep,
Right.
and we were fishing in 22 foot of water or less.
Oh,
I mean, some of our fish we were catching were in 12 foot of water.
Okay.
And after that front, a lot of the fish we caught had mud on their bellies. So
Oh, yeah,
what those
they're
fish
dug
had
down,
done,
they're
they had
dug
got
in.
pushed down into the mud,
Yep.
and we were catching the ones that were transitioning back up to feed.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, when they get dug in like that, they don't want to bite.
No, it gets really tough.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we got for the moment, but y'all make sure you check out the Crappie Cowboy on, what's your Facebook platform again?
The Crappie Cowboy is my Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube.
TikTok and YouTube for all 3 of them. All right, make sure you go check him out, follow him, guys. Thanks for joining us at
Yes,
the
sir.
Brushpile booth.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.